What is going on, Shedheads? Welcome back. It is Friday night, and I'm back with the boys. And today is about vapes and vibes, man. It's going to be vaping and vibing with my boys. And, of course, all of you guys out there in chat tonight, hopefully you guys had a wonderful week and are ready to get that weekend started off right, as we do here in the green room. But with that, let's start off with what's going to help us get our weekend set off right with what we're vaping on at the moment. And let's start off with good old Uncle Chris.
Alright, I can do this. Just let me pull up the stream real quick. I didn't get here early enough
now.
No, thank you. I do not want to try YouTube Maximum or whatever it is. Okay, we're good. This dog is driving me fucking crazy today. He's been just all over it. Anything he can do to annoy me, he's been doing it. Okay, so I have two setups, and one of them is really special to me, and the other one is inspired by something really special to me. So we're gonna start with that. Oops, I just pulled the fucking cap off of that bitch. Okay, so I'll start with the one that I've just started to vape. I got it's the H-Stone Bane. On top, I got the mini Buddha V2. I got the Ardent drip tip in there because you guys know that, like, honestly, that's my favorite thing about that RDA by far. Stan really knows how to make a drip tip. The coils in here are Breezestone coils. There is like 26s, 0.1s. And the liquid, I was telling the boys right before, I don't know if you're gonna be able to read it, but it says spearmint milk. That's what it says. So I was just trying to make something that was kind of like a shamrock shake, but not the milkshake. I didn't really want to add like any maltiness to it. So there's like a bit of cream, a bit of milk, and like a touch of ice cream. I just only vaped it maybe like 2 hits, so it's a little bit early for me to really give a good feedback. I will say that the spearmint, I hit the right level. It's like not too spearmint, and you're definitely not going to think it's anything other than spearmint. And then my other setup, this is one that's super special to me because, well, number one, it looks fucking insane. And number two, because Ashton's my boy. So I got here, like, better. It's the Times Vape. Well, I guess it's not the Times Vape, but it's the Saint. Is it from Times Vape? Is
Ultima Vape.
Ultima Vape. Manufactured by Times Vape. So this is custom coated by Ashton. Got that gold and the silver fades into the blue. It looks fucking amazing. Then on top, it's the Vital RDA from Armageddon. And then inside, or sorry, on top of that is like, it's a chop top, but I don't remember. It might be a color changing one. I'm not too sure. Just one sec, I have to scream at this dog.
He said, Andy, go in your crate. Go.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking trying to chew something. I can't see what it is. And the coils I have in here, actually, they're Twisted 4200. I found them and I put them in here. And dude, his coils are really good. Yeah, I think he's a builder for coil though. Just for the record. Like if you wanted to get them and you run the risk of getting them, which to me is not a risk. And the liquid that I have in there is actually the very end of a chocolate custard. So it's like I'm almost gonna pro tip, but I'm not because I'm just gonna mix more of it in here. That's like the plan. And yeah, that's everything for me. So Sean, take it away.
Nice. Well, I'm getting on that custard game myself right now, so I got the old work mod right now. So it's the Vaporesso Gen 2 with the Goon LP on top, still rocking a Tombstone chop top, and not 100% sure. Could be Breeze Tones, could be AJ Holland, but they're fantastic. .11 tricore aliens, and they're just ripping. But inside it, I'm vaping on the liquid that I credit with getting me off the cigarettes back, God, however many years ago that was now. And it's this guy right here, Soul Custardy from Beantown Vapor. And it's a nice, rich, bourbony custard. And it's funny because back then when I was vaping it and I was quitting, I was on Cleto coils and like round wire dripping. So to taste it now in today's world of vaping is pretty amazing. Like I have a whole new appreciation for a liquid that I've always loved, and that's what I'm vaping on right now.
Very nice. Very nice. So for me, I got two things here in front of me that I'm vaping on at the current moment. First off, you guys watched last week, you seen me set this bad boy back up. Got the RDA2 on top of the Bonneville, custom coated by your man at Mr. Palmer's Powders. Got a nice sea glass chop top on top of there. Inside, I have some Drip Theory, I believe, coils on the inside, and I mean the last tiniest. Let me focus. Focus on the bottle. The tiniest amount of blast off, like it's literally just that little, just a little tiny bit there.
It's like just before pro tip. Like you could probably
Yeah.
upside down it and still get a little.
Yeah. So we're gonna finish that off tonight, and of course, once that's finished, I'm gonna need something else to vape on. So I busted this thing out. Still got to do a really deep cleaning on it, but it's that K Vapors M Turk edition with the RDA2 on top, all black and white, just looking super classy. Just white chop top, Breeze Tones triple 26s on the inside, and this one's of course got some mango on the inside. And Chris, I went and got something special for today's show.
What's that?
Of course, because I needed a nice cold beverage to drink for tonight. And I know
You
this
got a
is
7-Up?
No.
Nice.
Hell no.
That would have really thrown me for a loop, to
Absolutely
be honest.
not. No, but I got your second favorite, dude. I got me a nice little purple Thunder Mountain
Yes,
Dew,
dude.
bro.
It's so good. I don't know what it is about it. I love it.
Yes, I saw it at Circle K. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get one just because it made me think of Chris. And don't worry, Sean. I got an infinite swirl in there too because I was thinking of you when I was out today earlier too, bro.
Yeah, boy. I still got the last bit of mine right here.
So good. So many amazing dew flavors nowadays, guys. If you didn't,
There's even more dropping this
I
year.
was about to say, if you didn't like the original dew, I guarantee there's probably one out there for you.
There's
You
a
just gotta
dew
find it.
for you.
There is a dew for you. But with all that being said, ladies and gents, there's one last thing, set of housekeeping we got to do before we get into tonight's episode, and that's where I throw it over to Sean to handle with this thing we like to call oops, that's not it. That ain't the bumper. That's the bumper. What's new in the shed?
Oh yeah.
I need to move the what's new in the shed and shed time bumper buttons further apart on the soundboard.
Yeah, that
Stream
could be a thing. So if you guys don't know, Shed Time Podcast is a thing that we do every week. You can find it at shedtimepodcast.com and on all podcasting platforms. But this week coming up, we get talking about some food news, some chips that I'm finding out about that are coming to the market very soon, and I'm very excited about. Excuse me. Plus, we get talking about some more chip talk because, you know, chips is just good stuff. We get talking about a little bit of that shed time growing because I, you know, sometimes you boy likes to be a bit of a horticulturist, and we reminisce about some extreme sports and talk about golfing with the boys. So if you want to hear about all that, check us out, shedtimepodcast.com. It's everywhere podcasts are found.
This is facts. This is facts. And dude, I can't wait for the next Steel Valley meetup because we are going and playing at least a 9 hole round of golf. Gots to. It's a must. Put it on the list. Save it. By the way, update for anybody that may be interested on making it out to the next Steel Valley meetup. It will be the first weekend of April on Saturday, April 5th. So that means whoever's coming out will be trickling in all throughout that weekend, whether it's a couple days before, the day of, hanging out a couple days after the fact. There's going to be a big group of us going. I know I'm going to be making it out there. Sean and Lizzie are going to be coming out. Chris and Liz are going to be coming out. So, like, the three of us boys are going to be getting back together again in one spot, which I'm always stoked about. And hopefully some of you shedheads out there in chat as well. It would be awesome to see some new faces out there. Of course, it'd be amazing to see, the familiar, group that tends to make it out to these things. Of course, there's going to be a full-on meetup at the Steel Valley Vape Shop as usual, where we do our cloud comp or build off. We do a little raffle situation, hang out, have some food, have some good vibes and stuff like that. I believe that following Sunday, whoever's there and is hanging out and available, I'm not sure how many seats and tickets and things are available, but I
think
know
there's gonna be like a dozen.
Yeah, at least a dozen. We're going to
Chances
be
are,
going
if you want to
to
go, there's gonna be a spot.
Yeah, we're going to be going to a local hockey game. The Nailers.
Yeah,
I
it's
believe.
2 steps down from the Penguins.
Yeah.
It's like the farm team to the farm team of the
We
Penguins.
went last time we were there. Had a fucking blast, dude. It was
Hockey's
awesome
good.
watching some hockey. Had some great, concession foods and stuff like that. It was a good time. So we're going to be doing that Sunday. Of course, that Saturday as well, the night of the meetup. We have a tradition every time where we go to this sports bar that they have out there called Basil's, and we go and get some of their delicious ass fucking wings. So that's something to look forward to. Friday, I'm sure we'll be doing a little something, hanging around the shop, doing, random things and stuff. So just come out, come spend some time with us, man. It's always just a blast getting to hang out with everybody and, putting faces to names and, getting to hang out with people that we don't ever hang out with unless it's, in one of these streams on a chat or in a Discord server and stuff. So it'd be really great to see you guys out there for sure. Family team sports. Oh wait, family team sports
Farm
in
team
person.
sports
Yeah,
in person, yeah.
Oh yeah,
So good.
Why did I say family? Jesus Christ. Read, James. But yeah, make it out, guys. It'll be awesome to see you there for sure.
I'm so gassed. I'm literally repping Ohio right now. I'm
Oh, yeah,
ready.
dude.
Ohio, let's go.
Nothing like a bunch of white guys wearing knives on their feet. Okay.
That's one way to look at it, Mallory.
I mean, it's not only white people, but
I'm sure that's probably a quote to something and we're just missing it. Because Mallory's good like that. But yeah, dude, I'm super stoked. I can't wait for it. I'm already looking at plane tickets and stuff. Just trying to, gauge what my price range is going to be, see how much I need to save up for and all that. I think I'm going to do my week stay out there again, where I come in on like a Wednesday and leave like the following Tuesday sort of thing, where I'm there for like a good amount of time, get to spend a good couple days there. It gives us some days to do some things before people get there, some time to do things while they're there and afterwards, and that sort of thing. It'll be a lot of fun, man. I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully we'll see some of you guys out there.
My planning has already begun.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's going to be a good one. I've got some fun surprises for the friends too. So
hell yeah, dude.
That's exciting also. We'll have some serious Shed Time podcast talk after that trip.
Oh,
I'm in.
There's a couple of things I did see in chat that I wanted to mention. By the way, it seems like Steve-O got himself something new. And if you guys want to check it out, I guess he's got a little unboxing video over there on his YouTube channel for where it is. Where was it? Got my new DMD mods Puff Fader Squonk today. Go check it out. My unboxing after the green. Yeah, go give him a peep, guys, and also go check out the Monday streams that he does where he's just hanging out. Maybe mixing some liquid, maybe re-wicking some stuff. It's just a cool hang sesh over there with Steve.
Kicking it, yes.
So go give him a peep over there. Looks like Face Meets testing a DIY melon Calpico. Don't know what that is. Some sort of melon mixture and a SX Mini Pure Max, and he says I'm getting pretty close to perfection. What's going on, Jeremy V? Thanks for popping in, bro. Oh, this is one thing I want to say. Mallory Gates says I'm just loving the Times Vape heavy hitter with the Dead Rabbit V3 hasn't left my side. Hell yeah. I know Chris would be happy to see that because Chris is a huge heavy hitter fan. Not saying that I don't like a heavy hitter, but it's definitely a solid one. So it's good to see that you're enjoying it. Let's see here.
Just gonna point out Face Meat in here representing saying R.I.P. Phil Lesh. We lost Phil Lesh of the Grateful Dead today.
Oh, dude, R.I.P. for sure, dude. Obviously, you guys can't see the Grateful Dead right there on the poster. Dude, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. My wife came down and mentioned it just maybe like an hour before the show that she saw the headline.
Wicking and kicking it rules. Hell yeah, it does, dude. All right. I'm just saying this. I'm a complete idiot and I'm terrible at fucking reading and pronouncing. You guys tell me if you think this is right. Is it Surnai?
It's Sumi.
Is that an M? I thought it was
S-U.
RN. I thought it was SURNI.
Maybe it's Cerny? Yeah,
Cerny?
maybe. I thought it was S-U-N-I.
I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name, but apparently they just got a pulse boro device and stepping their toe into the world of boros, which is always exciting to find a new rabbit hole to go down. I know I definitely kind of fell into the rabbit hole. Cerny. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I just wasn't sure. Thank you, Mallory. But yeah, that's awesome seeing that you trying something different. Boros are definitely a little bit of a different experience as far as it goes to form factor, pocketability, just hand feel, as well as your overall vape experience too, because you definitely are slimmed down a little bit more in your airflow, the amount of airflow and things you're going to get, and also the types of coils and things you may use depending on your decks. But if you're someone that likes something a little bit tighter, a little bit more restricted, or you're a big mouth to lung person, boros are pretty solid.
I think that the main feature of like a boro device, so like even if you had a billet box or a pulse, is that it's like very pocketable, and that like you're good for hours on one battery and one tank. Like those were like the things for me that made sense, but I just didn't need them that much. So for me, it didn't make sense. If I worked in like an office or something, I think that having a belt box would be like more my speed because I can just go out casually, take my break. I'm not like just chucking or like chaining a tube mod. And then I could just slide it into like my pant pocket really easy. You know what I mean? As opposed to like putting something like this in your pant pocket's not the same as a billet box. You know what I mean? The batteries in this alone are way heavier than a battery in a billet box.
As a person with a technical desk job, I mean that's kind of why I just rock this thing, and it's like it sits on my desk. You know what I mean? And then when I need to go out, I grab it, step out.
Oh, I just made a happy
chief on it real quick.
Wow, what happened?
I dripped some blast off on top of this mango.
Oh yeah,
but
that's
it's
probably
not
really good.
bad. Not
Is it
bad
a
at all.
mango blast off?
It almost kind of tastes like Laguna lemonade charm.
Uh,
Laguna
Um,
lemonade, look out.
there is supposed to be more mango variants coming because every time they test a mango variant, it does well.
Isn't it crazy like how much testing there probably is? There's probably like I remember going and doing like a beer thing once, and it was like you went there and you tried like labelless beer, and then they were like showing you all these advertisements for beer, and you were supposed to like give input as to what advertisement made sense for the taste of the beer. It was really weird, but I
well,
got paid
dude,
like $200 or something, and I just went there for like 4 hours
just
and drank a few beers
think about it
and
like
gave
this,
my
Chris.
input.
Think about like how many different variations it takes you on mixing a liquid at times. You know, how many
Oh yeah,
different
yeah.
times you try that before you get it right. And then you got to also go through the test, like your beta testing of having other people try it to see whether they like it.
Yeah,
You know
if
what I
they
mean?
taste what I taste.
And you
Yeah.
got to think they do that for every one of these fucking flavors, bro.
Yep. And
And
then
they're
of
like a
course,
billion-dollar business.
Yeah.
and then after
They
that,
literally have people that sit in a room and all they do is taste test, bro. Because they specifically hired these people because they have a specific kind of palate that can hit different notes that the most people won't. So they like hire these people that have trained their palates. You know, just like in the coffee world, they have that shit in every aspect. So it
Oh, for
soda
sure, yeah.
pops, ice creams, all that. Could you imagine having that job, bro, where you just get to kick back and just drink different
I think
chews
I
all
would
day?
really hate it for a long time. Doing it for like a month, I think I could really
Dude,
enjoy it. I think that beyond that,
it's
I'd be
dude, it's
like,
like anything, bro. It's like you get hired at like a fucking pizza place or a fast food spot or anywhere, and it's like the first like month or two you take advantage of all the discounts and eating all the shit because you're there all the time, and then after a while you don't want to fucking eat it anymore because you see it and you smell it and you fucking have had so much of it that you don't want it anymore. It's kind of like, you know, it's like an experiment I did in high school. I think I've talked about this before in the past, where I think it had something to do with like inflation and, you know, those sorts of things, where it's like the more things you have or the more of something you have, you tend to less want it less after a certain period of time. Where like they had 2 boxes of Twinkies, right? And they had
mhm.
two of us sitting up there, and we'd sit there and they're like, all right, now go ahead and eat a Twinkie, and then we're gonna ask you afterwards how you liked it and whether you want another one. And they just kept going until, you know, eventually you're like, I think I'm good. I don't want any more. You know what I mean? Or like, I feel sick. I don't want any more of this sort of thing. But anyways, I ended up,
How many did you eat?
let's just say too many.
What's too many though?
Let's just say two
Ish.
boxes wasn't enough for this experiment.
Damn, dude, that's like what? At
But
least 24
let's
Twinkies,
also
something like
say,
that?
let's just also put it out there that I was also being a little asshole and was purposely trying to eat as many fucking Twinkies as I could.
I mean, I would have
Regard
done the same thing. Like shit,
regardless of if I wanted another one or not, dude, I felt so sick after that I literally could not eat
But was
Twinkies.
it a competition? Like, were you going
No, it
against
wasn't
somebody?
like it wasn't. Well,
Well, the whole
yeah,
class, you know?
two,
Okay,
there's
then
two
I
people
get
up there
it.
eating them, and you know I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
be the last man standing. You know what I
It's like
mean?
just like if you're having a drink competition
Yeah,
or some sort of game, and like you'll be like,
exactly.
I
I
know I'm
think I
gonna
ate
throw
like
up
a
if I drink
box and a
this, but they're
half,
gonna be way
Chris,
worse
to
than me.
myself. I think I had
Okay,
like a box and a half, maybe 2 boxes to myself. But
that's kind of
anyway, let's
gross.
just say this too. I also couldn't eat Twinkies after that for like, I think I don't even really eat them anymore. And I used to, Twinkies were my favorite, bro.
Twinkies don't even taste the same anymore.
I think that's part of it too, is they don't
Well, yeah,
taste the,
whenever there was some weird shit, I remember hearing like it was maybe like five
Hostess
years ago.
went bankrupt, went out of business. Another company bought them, and when they bought them, they either changed the recipes a little bit or changed the ingredients in the recipes to some extent. But like Twinkies don't taste like they did when it was the original Hostess brand that a lot of us grew up with. And I feel the
Really?
same what goes for a lot of their stuff, like the cupcakes, all of those. Like,
I feel a lot of it has to do with the shit that they're putting in them now compared to what they did back in the day. You know what I mean? Preservatives.
Well, does that go for all
bullshit.
Hostess items though? Or was it
No,
just Twinkies were the most noticeable or like the biggest fan favorite?
I mean,
I
Like
don't
were the
know.
chocolate cupcakes?
Twinkies and the chocolate cupcakes are probably like the two biggest products in their line that have the
See,
strongest sales.
I think it might also be this too, Sean, because I also used to love Hostess cupcakes, but I've also found as I've gotten older, I don't enjoy them as much as I did when I was a kid. So I also kind of wonder if it's maybe just my taste buds changed to where it's like that specific thing I'm just not as into anymore. Because,
That could
dude,
totally be a thing
there's
too.
so many things that I used to fucking love when I was a kid, and now it's like I could give or take on some of them, you know? Or some of them I just don't even like anymore.
Hostess pies are good. So they were
They
good
are.
before.
They are. They are.
Dude, those little Debbie pies, I think they were little Debbie pies that I bought. I can't remember the square ones. What are the square? There's cherry and apple.
Yep.
Is it little Debbie's?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, those were fire. They come in like a little wax paper,
Yeah, yeah.
like square package.
You have that weird thin sugar glaze over the
Yep.
top.
Yeah,
Yep,
and
yep,
like,
yep.
yeah. Oh, man, those were legit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
with a cup of coffee or a hot chocolate, just a nice
Dude,
little sweet treat.
I see you guys are talking moon pies in chat. Have you had the salted caramel ones yet, Sean?
I haven't found them yet.
Dude,
They've got banana and regular, but I cannot find those caramel, and I want them.
they're pretty fire, dude.
Okay, so moon pie's just chocolate, marshmallow, and graham cracker, right?
Some
Something close to
kind of
that.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
like
big-
some
it's-
sort of cookie marshmallow.
Big marshmallow, 2 graham cookies, and then coated in chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the salted caramel ones, just instead of covered in chocolate, it's covered in this like salted caramel
Oh, okay.
icing, whatever chocolate thing. And I think the banana one's something similar to that too, Sean, isn't it? Or is it got 2 banana cookies and it's got chocolate?
No, I think just the outer coating is just like a yellow outer
Yeah.
coating, and so I'm pretty sure it's just banana flavored on the outside.
Oh
I'm
no.
also a big fan of a whoopie pie.
Whoopie pie. What's that?
Uh, 2 pieces of devil's food cake and a whole bunch of like vanilla cream in the center in like a sandwich.
Okay. I think I'd like that too.
Almost like a Suzy Q.
Yeah, Suzy Q is the same idea.
Okay.
Yep,
Suzy Q's a fire, so I'd fuck with that.
yep. Or like out here, so I think it's the Northeast or maybe just the Eastern Seaboard region. We have Drake's, and like they make one called a Devil Dog.
Dude, I saw
Attaboy, Earn.
I saw
Earn knows
chocolate
what's up.
Twinkies today.
Chocolate
Yeah.
Twinkies?
Chocolate Twinkies for the Halloween season.
They're called spooky Twinkies.
Now all they have to do is dip it in chocolate, and then you basically have
Chocodile?
a cylindrical Joe Louis.
You guys remember Chocodiles?
No.
No.
It was literally just a chocolate dip Twinkie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sounds fire.
They're
I'm
pretty
still
good.
as much as I'm not a big Twinkie fan anymore, I still love the banana cream Twinkie.
I've called
Dude, I'll still fuck up a Twinkie
I
whenever
kind of-
I'm offered one. I would just never buy one.
I've kind of fallen off of Hostess, bro. I'm not big Hostess guy. I'm super into like Little Debbie and a couple Hostess things, but I'm more of a Little Debbie guy, to be honest with you. When it comes to like snack cakes and the such as.
Between those two things, yeah. My favorite's like Vashon, but that's Canadian. But when it comes to like Little Debbie's or Hostess, I'll take Little Debbie's all day.
I mean, Mallory says it right there. Nutty bars are my kryptonite.
Nutty
like-
bars are so fire, but I'm one of those guys where I'm a peel and eat guy. You know what I mean, layer by layer. And this is what I actually do, because you know how you've got like I think it's like 4 layers in the cookie, right? So you got your top layer that's got your chocolate, and then when you break it apart, like there's ratios, okay? Because when you take the first layer, I always start off at the top. I take the top piece off, and hopefully all the peanut butter sticks to the top part, because then you get a nice amount of peanut butter, wafer, and chocolate, you know? Nice little mix there. But then the next one you get, when you peel that one off, that one's just like fucking nice, fucking generous amount of peanut butter, little taste of chocolate, and of course the wafer. You know what I mean? And then I save the last 2, and I keep those 2 together. You know what I mean? And then I leave that, and I eat that as the sandwich. You know what I mean? So it also it spreads it out to where it's just not all gone just by just munching it down. You get to spread it out a little bit, but then you get different like ratios and breakdowns of it as you eat it and experience it in 3 different variations.
If I want that, I'm just gonna do it the savage way.
Yeah, you're gonna bite it right in the middle.
No, if I want what you're talking about, the slow it down, break it, into ratios, I'm gonna keep it sealed and I'm going to smash it until I have a bunch of small different chunks inside. And then sometimes I've got a chunk that's the whole stack. Sometimes I've got halves. Sometimes I've just got little crumbs at the end and I can just dump those down. But then I can stretch it like that. It's just a little bit here, little bit there.
I'll just fucking eat it slower.
LJ just said, LJ said, motherfucker has a nutty buddy PhD.
That's some stonernomics. And yes, Gooser, it's just like a Kit Kat, but with peanut butter instead of the crushed souls of the rejects.
And it's not as much chocolate. It's a very thin
it's
layer
like
of chocolate.
Yeah,
and
very thin.
And it's a pretty big wafer.
It's a wafer.
cookie.
It's more like a wafer cookie.
They're about like
flat
this,
out.
about like this long, and probably about like that thick. As like a square. They're.
It's
fire.
like the same idea as a Kit Kat if you like cross sectioned it, where there's like different layers and there's wafers, but it's like the thinnest amount of chocolate. It's not
the
like
Kit
good
Kat,
chocolate.
Big Cat in the middle. You know what I mean? It's but without all the chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so good.
they're all right. There's another one that Lil W says. I think it's just called peanut butter bars or something.
It's just a log of
It's
a
like a
peanut butter
log.
filling, and then it's just chocolate around it.
Yeah.
They do that. They make a
I like those
caramel
more.
one too.
I haven't had.
Oh, those would be fire.
forever.
That'd be like a Wonder Bar. That'd be like a poor man's Wonder Bar. Wonder Bars are good.
I can't remember who makes it, but there was one, and it was just like cookie,
What the hell is a
bar of
Star
caramel,
Crunch? What
thin bit of chocolate over it, and it was delicious.
What are these guys talking about when they're talking about?
You don't know the
Star
Star Crunch from Little Debbie, bro? That's the it's like Rice Krispies in caramel, and then it's coated in chocolate, and it's like this little.
I have never
chocolate
had
puck.
these. I think
Bro.
I've seen them, but I've never had one.
I'm not sure I've ever had them either, even by that
Oh.
description.
It's like a caramel Rice Krispie treat that's covered in chocolate. I think it's the easiest way for me to describe it.
Yeah, I might have had it sometime in my life, but it's not like really ringing a bell for me.
Oh man!
Like if
I'm
we get
getting some
Little
Star
Debbie stuff up
Crunches.
here, but we
Ugh.
don't have like the full Little Debbie's lineup. Like you can definitely get probably like 5 or 6 pretty regularly, I think. And like we'll get the seasonal Christmas trees and shit like that. But like we don't have everything.
All those new Christmas ones that are starting to drop, like the snowflake brownie and shit like that. I'm excited. I want to try the donuts.
Do
I
you
can get
guys
behind
live
that.
on the moon? No, I don't live on the moon. I just, I just.
That's to me, that's like a B tier snack based on popularity. I just don't. It doesn't mean it's not good.
Face meat says Star Crunch fucks harder than anything else.
Dude, I've never even had one.
Me
of these.
either, dude. That's so funny, bro. Because I thought I was like
Can I buy these? I'm gonna look.
Dude, I'm
I
telling
Oh,
you.
I'm sure you can, Chris. They're pretty available.
And of course, just like every Little Debbie's thing, you can get the really big ones, or you can get the small ones.
I'm gonna have to. I'm going to listen to the next podcast because we're
You
or
try to
like a-
find one so you
Yeah.
can experience them. Hell yeah!
I almost bought something else today just because we've talked about it on a podcast and you brought them up. I almost bought some of those Shack fruit snacks.
Oh my god, dude! I'm telling you, those were tasty as shit.
But I also remembered that I have a bag of those electric trolleys, as well
Well, I
as one of those big ass bags of the miniature Mars things in my
Big-
fucking refrigerator.
Big fan favorite of the podcast. I had to grab a bag and throw these in the drawer.
I told myself I'm not buying those again until I find the sour ones.
Okay, so I see them. I think that I probably had them when I was a kid in America, but we don't have those up here.
I feel so bad for you, Chris, that you don't have those just easily accessible.
Dude, the Little
Yeah.
Debbie Star Crunch ice cream bar looks fire though.
I know the Little Debbie ice cream pints are ridiculously good.
Oh, I seen the other day that they started making candles now too, bro. So you can get like
Yeah,
a
you were
Little
telling
Debbie's
me.
honey bun candle, bro. What?
I think about that, right? And
Oh,
like,
I got a question after.
as a general
Oh,
rule,
okay.
I don't want food candles because then I walk in my house smelling like fresh baked food, and I'm like, ah, it's just the candle. Nobody baked a cake. Yeah.
Okay. What were we just talking about? Like right before that, when I said I have a question after. I already
It
forgot.
was the Star Crunches and Little Debbie snacks
No,
and Little Debbie ice
right before
cream.
that. And then
That's what we
after that,
yeah, ice cream, and then they make pints of ice cream, and then Little
Candles.
Debbie's make candles.
All right. Well, real quick.
it's fucking gone.
Steve-O says he hasn't heard of Star Crunch because he's spending so much time making sweet love to those nutty buddies. Hell yeah, dude. Also, Mallory asks, "What's your guys' take on snowballs?" Fuck snowballs, bro. They're
Yeah,
coconut.
snowballs are mid at
They are
best.
coconut.
I will fuck with
No.
one on occasion.
No,
Yeah.
Like if it was a tasted or wasted on snowballs, I'm tasting
I'm
it.
wasting it.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
wasting it.
If I was at your house and you were just like, hey man, I got some snowballs, you want one? I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll eat one. But I wouldn't go out of my way to buy one.
Yeah, I would never buy a box. There's like another one that's up here that's like that, and like they're all right every once in a while. It's called like a billet log or some shit. I can't remember.
A billet log.
Yeah, it's made by
Well,
Vashon.
I mean, I guess it's an appropriate name.
Yeah, I don't like snowballs, man. I'm not a big whatchamacallit. I don't like coconut at all, so
Dude, I honestly I like loved it in whatchamacallit,
I love watching
Zombieland. When like the whole time he's just looking
Just
for
looking
a
for a
Twinkie,
Twinkie, yeah.
and all he finds is snowballs, and then they even like go to that one that's like a hostess truck, and it was just filled with thousands of snowballs.
Yeah, he opens up
He
the door and
fucking
just
lost
smells
it. I would have been like, "Yo, give me one of those. I'll fuck that up."
Dude, I can't fucking stand it,
So
dude.
with that, we know James would be out. But what's your stance on the zinger?
Zingers?
Chris.
Zingers I'm not out on.
But you don't fuck with coconut.
There's no coconut in regular chocolate zingers.
I've never seen those. The only zingers I ever see are the ones that are like the raspberry jam with the coconut on the top.
No, dude, they have chocolate ones and vanilla ones.
I've never seen those.
red
I only
velvet
like
ones.
in my store around
But,
here.
dude, for the
I
longest
only
time,
see those ones.
I didn't know they made them in anything other. I thought they only made them in chocolate, dude. Get yourself a chocolate zinger, dude, and do yourself a favor. Put it in the freezer, and then eat it.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
so those are
I've-
made by Hostess.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've like I've never seen the chocolate.
yeah.
Or
I've seen the ones that
vanilla.
you're talking about, but I haven't got those ones. But the regular zingers, bro, they have like chocolate and vanilla. I'm pretty sure.
They do. So they have a chocolate. So it's a Zinger's Iced Devil's Food flavor, which is just like a chocolate cake,
Yeah.
chocolate icing with cream. Then there's the Zinger's Raspberry flavor, which I think is the one that Sean's talking about, because I've actually had one of these before. And it's like a raspberry cake and then golden cake on the inside, and then it's like wrapped in like or it's like whatever. It's a raspberry coconut icing vibe thing. And then there's the Zinger's Iced Vanilla. I think that I would fuck with all three of those.
Dude, the ice
I-
vanilla and the chocolate are all fire. I'm not a bit. I haven't tried the raspberry, obviously, but
I say like I love the raspberry because obviously like that's the one I've been eating my whole life growing up. I never knew
I
about
think
the
they've
others.
done like some seasonal flavors too of zingers at one point. I think they did like a banana one.
Honestly, dude, they basically just look like done up or done down Twinkies.
Yeah, basically it's this company's Twinkie.
Yeah,
Well, it's the same company. It's Hostess.
yeah, but dude, the icing on top is like a thick, like
So
Yeah, it
layer
looks like
on
it's
it.
at least like a quarter inch thick. Of
so
icing.
it's
so good.
Hostess now, but I think
They've always been
Yeah,
Hostess.
it was Dolly Madison first, and then Hostess. So they bought it from Dolly Madison. Probably like, you're too much like a Twinkie. Give me that.
I've only known them as Hostess.
Well, yeah, the Dolly Madison line died, I think, well before all of our time.
It shows. Yeah, it's showing all this stuff here. You can buy Hostess merch.
You can buy
Oh,
merch
yeah.
for anything nowadays, dude.
They have pajama pants, a t-shirt, a hat.
You got to get that Hostess drip.
Like, dude, I was looking for bags for my volcano yesterday, and dude, you can get all kinds of stores and Bickle swag, like shirts and hats and all kinds of shit.
You could even get Shed Time swag.
That's a thing over at shedtimepodcast.com.
It's totally a thing.
There's swag there. There's links to all those episodes that you may have missed. Links to all of our amazing sponsors and other cool things that we got going on over there.
All sorts of cool people.
Which, speaking of the podcast, I think it's time for us to do something that we normally do on the podcast pretty much the entire time.
Yeah,
But here we
looking at
just
the
take
clock.
a break.
Looking at the clock, it is about that time.
So, Sean, go ahead, man.
Well, my friends, you guys ought to know what it is by now. We're going to get up, stretch our legs, get a drink, and enjoy a little bit of a Shed Time break.
Let's do it. And we're back. Sorry about the little blip in the video there. I just realized I didn't have it looped. It took a little bit longer than I thought we were going to, but hey, sometimes that happens. Looks like some of you guys have some great shed time selections out there to choose from, which I'm kind of jealous of a couple of you guys, not gonna lie. I agree, Earn anything blue is pretty great, as well as anything purple, if you're to ask
Breeze
me.
tones, I dig it. That's a great choice.
All solid opinion, in my opinion. I had a little garlic cookies, if anybody was wondering.
Oh yeah, I had a garlic runts. So garlic's been on the menu a lot lately.
Oh, it usually always is around these parts. But
Yep.
with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and end this poll. And the game for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is one that we've played here time and time again, and it is called Fact or Fiction. With this means you guys have an opportunity to help us out to figure out whether or not these quote-unquote facts are true facts or fiction. Each one of us is going to take a turn saying a quote-unquote fact or possibly some made-up fiction. And the other two of us, as well as you guys out there in chat, are going to vote whether we think it is in fact or fiction. So with that being said, Sean starts this off because he's got his random book of facts over there to choose from. So Sean, why don't you go ahead and hit us with a crazy fact?
All right, so fact or fiction, a clutter is the word for a group of spiders. So like a murder of crows, a clutter of spiders.
It kind of makes sense. Because when like spiders are like grouped together, they're like all on top of each other and it looks like a clump.
Like your cluttered drum
Yeah.
situation, like, yeah, or my cluttered desk, or
I'm going to say fact because I obviously wouldn't know the answer either way, so who cares if I got it wrong. But I'm going to say fact. I think it's fact.
Okay, so that sounds familiar. But my one question to myself is like, is it familiar because you know that that is what a group of spiders is called? Or are you familiar with it because that is a word used for a group of some sort of like animal, whatever? Um, uh, I'm gonna say it's fact. Fuck it. Factorino right there.
Oh, I see a lot of fiction in there in the chat out there. I see a couple facts. Steve-O's got a fact, J Money's got a fact, but looks like a lot of other people saying fiction. And yep, our resident animal expert, J Money Landshark, confirming this is a fact.
Ah,
Nice.
Clutter is the name for a group of spiders. So who wants next?
let's see here. Let's see here.
I can go next. And honestly, it's funny that you use something like that because I have another thing that's like the animals and it's a common name for them.
Okay.
Fact or fiction? A group of squirrels is called a plural.
A group of squirrels.
Yeah, it's a plural of squirrel.
The absurdity of it, I love.
The absurdity of it.
Plural is squirrel.
You just said a clutter
I know.
of spiders. It's like, I mean, is it really that absurd?
I'm gonna go
Because-
I'm gonna roll with J Money Landshark on this, and I'm gonna say fiction.
Because plural being the meaning, you know, more than, you know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
the absurdity of it. I'm gonna go with fiction.
So we got a lot of fictions. Well, it's gonna really suck when you guys hear this because, in fact, it is called a scurry of squirrels. Like, factually, it's like a scurry or a squirrels. A scurry of squirrels would be a group of squirrels, like SCURRY, scurry.
Because they scurry around together.
Yeah, I just like when I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna say it's a plural because it sounds funny. But I obviously will not want.
You made me laugh. It was definitely funny.
I managed to keep a straight face, which what I was thinking about, I'm like, you're not gonna be able to do that.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. A chicken once lived for 18 months with its head cut off.
I'm gonna say fact because I think that it was like in the lab. That's my guess.
I'm gonna say fact because voodoo.
All right. We got a lot of facts in chat. Ernst says I think it was longer than that. All right. Arise, chicken, arise. Okay, so isn't
Well, me in a year and a half's a long time.
it is a fact. Mike the chicken. That was the name. Mike the Chicken's incredible feat was a record back in the 1940s in the U.S. He survived as his jugular vein and most of his brainstem were mostly intact, ensuring just enough brain function remaining for survival. In the majority of cases, a headless chicken dies in a matter of minutes. Crazy. You know what I should have said? As I should have said, chickens can. Yeah, never mind. Anyways, next.
All right. So, how am I gonna word this correct so I say it all correctly and not give away
I like
any
how Ender
answers?
comes in and says, "Fact, Mike survived a very long time and got ahead." Of course, you would already know the chicken's name, Ender. By the way, how you doing, bro? Good to see
Yeah,
you.
Shout
what
out
up?
to Ender.
Enders.
All right. So, the dog on the Brady Bunch ran away in the first season, and they just never replaced it and left the doghouse in the background the whole time.
I'll say fact. Why not?
Okay, can you say it one more time?
The dog on the Brady Bunch ran away in the first season, and they never replaced it. They just left the doghouse in the background the whole time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with fact. Like, why not? I know nothing of it. Like, I'm not sure, but fact.
Like Sunni, we all wanted to run away from the Brady Bunch.
There was a dog?
Yeah, in the very first episode.
Just-
You just missed the very first episode. Check the pilot out, homie.
All right. Well, looks like our answers are slowing down in chat.
Ender says, "You're talking about Tiger? He was there for 2 seasons."
So, according to the perfectly useless book of useless information, Tiger the dog vanished after the first season, but the doghouse stayed in the backyard to hide a burn made in the astroturf by falling light.
They could just fucking replace AstroTurf or remove the fucking doghouse. Wow. That's weird.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's like as a plot line. Ern.
I mean, realistically, right? Like,
It'd be
Yeah.
funny if it was the other way around, though.
for the
Like,
continuity's sake, right? Like, you're gonna leave the doghouse there. You're just gonna work the dog out running away into the story and just call it a day. But yeah, to leave it there just to hide a burn, that's a good one. And I could totally
Dude,
see
they
that
could have just
happening.
like not even wrote the dog in. They could have just been like, if they ever mentioned, it's like, why do you guys have this dog? Because anyway, so that was for our old dog. He died 10 years ago.
Well, no, but like, he was
Previous to
there.
the,
He was just part of the family in the first season. So like when the dog ran away, like literally they had to write the dog.
trust me, bro. I kept the doghouse for a long time after not having a dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're next, Chris. What we got?
okay, so I'm gonna stick in the animal kingdom just for one more because honestly, sometimes I don't prepare at all, which I don't, clearly. Because I never fucking get you guys, but today I'm going to get you once at least. A group of platypus is called a posse.
Posse of platypus.
Platypus posse.
Platypus posse in the house.
Pit.
I feel like platypus would sound like Daffy Duck when they talk.
Or
Really?
like Perry the Platypus from Phineas and Ferb when he does that weird clicking sound.
I have no reference.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Dude,
Yeah.
Perry the Platypus was the shit.
Well,
I'm gonna say fact just because I want it to be true.
I'm gonna go fiction so we can split the board. So one of us will be right, one of us will be wrong.
There's a lot of fictions in chat.
There is a lot of fictions in chat.
I'm scared.
So fact or fiction is a group of platypus called a posse. That is actually fiction. You're all right. God dang. A group of platypus is called a paddle. I feel like I could have said that and you guys might have either, it could have went more 50-50. but that's what a group of platypus is called, a paddle. A paddle of platypus.
That's crazy.
All right. Let's see here. All right, here's one for you. Bananas are more radioactive than we are.
Well, I'm assuming that we're not really radioactive. And maybe there's a chance that like bananas just have that little bit more. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say that that's a fact.
I'm also going to say it's a fact, and I think my reasoning for this goes to the fact that bananas grow in tropical places, and that there was a time where nuclear testing was happening off of some of the tropical islands. So like radioactive fallout totally could have made it to these places. Um, so I'll go for fact just on that notion.
All right, let's wait here a little bit. Yeah,
There we go.
fact. True. I don't know what that means. Couple fictions. Fiction. All right, well, I'm just going to tell you guys. It's fiction. Believe it or not, the human body contains around 16 milligrams of potassium 40, meaning we're around 280 times more radioactive than bananas already are. But bananas are also radioactive. It's because of the potassium 40. Corey, even Ender says, I know potassium is latently radioactive. Yeah, but we're actually more radioactive than a banana, and any radiation that we would have gained from the banana is exerted within a few hours.
Yeah, it's negligible. Interesting.
Crazy, right? I got you guys,
Yeah.
though. Gotcha.
All right. How about this one? Fact or fiction? The game badminton used to be called Puna.
What would that be mixing? Like, could that be from a different? I have no idea where Batman was like invented.
I have no idea.
I know nothing of the history of it. This is a 50-50. So I'm gonna say fiction. Yeah, definitely. I'm holding true to that.
I'm going to go with Steve-O just because he's the first person to answer, and he said fact.
I know nothing of the history of it. It's the 50-50. I'm gonna say fiction. I know nothing. Yeah. LJ, you're saying Philippines with like Batman?
Ben says shuttlecock sounds British, so I'd say fiction.
Yeah, when did they start calling it a birdie? I wonder.
Like Ender. I like his logic here. He says, I feel like
Interesting
it's
question.
fact just due to his tone of voice when presented.
You don't know that Sean is a
I
very good
literally
actor.
hear him saying that too as I read it, which is the best part about it.
Well, definitely seeing a lot of mixed feelings here in chat on this, and I don't have a lot of background on this. However, again, according to the Book of Useless Information,
It's in the book.
badminton used to be called Puna. And
Okay, so
I laugh because Ender's with I feel like it's a fact due to the tone of his voice. Like, you son of a bitch.
I feel like you need to Google that.
I I
Just
will indulge it
Google, yeah, just like give it a
yeah
little bit.
because I do want to know the origins of this because Puna is an interesting name.
Yeah, like it's definitely not in English. Like that's for sure.
So, the origins of badminton can be traced back to games played with a shuttlecock in ancient Greece, China, and India. The modern version of badminton is thought to have originated in 1873 at the estate of the Duke of Beaufort in Gloucestershire, England. The game's roots can be traced back to games of battledore and shuttlecock, which was played in ancient Greece, China, and India. Introduced to the British military officers stationed in India in the 1800s. So I'm gonna guess it's this Indian version that is Puna,
Okay.
which was then introduced to the British, which then, in case, of course, evolves to what we now call badminton.
I mean, it's such a weird word that you don't really pronounce it fully, you know?
Yeah, like you don't hit that last
You'll
N.
say badminton. But anyway, sorry. Maybe some people do say it that way, so I apologize to any of those people. All right, I lied. I'm not leaving animals because honestly, full disclosure, the page is up. I'm just gonna keep looking at it. It's solid. I find it interesting anyways. It is what it is. Okay, a group of kangaroo a group of kangaroos is called a mob.
Fact.
Yeah, just fucking pulls out. He's like, "Bah," like I'm gonna sell everybody on this bullshit. That's what that was Sean right there. Okay.
That everybody's like, J Money, what's the verdict? Uh, I think it sounds right, so I'm gonna say fact. There's a lot of facts in chat too already. Off rip, everybody's just following J Money.
Sheesh.
He said sheesh.
See, I thought okay. See, okay.
Well,
J Money,
yes.
see.
Okay, so it is a fact. Kangaroo, a
I was
group
gonna
of
say I
kangaroos
thought it
called a
was a
mob.
troop. But,
No, I think that's chimpanzees.
but according to J Money, they could be called a mob, troop, or court.
Oh.
A court of kangaroos. I like the way that one sounds. That's a kangaroo court.
See, look, even Ender says it depends on where they are. In Australia, they're called a mob. Elsewhere, a troop. All right, well, I got another animal fact for you guys. You ready?
Sure.
Yes.
Hippos can't swim.
I'm gonna actually say that's a fact because I feel like they're very buoyant, but they weigh so much that they kind of like bounce and they walk because like they have to get really submerged before they would even have any level of like legit buoyancy. But I think that, I think that they would still sink, and they're from places that don't have like really deep waterways. Yeah, I'm gonna say that that's a fact.
Hit me with the whole thing one more time.
Hippos can't swim.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure my brain was going in the right direction. All right. I'm gonna say that's fiction. I'm pretty sure I recall the fact that says something quite opposite.
All right, so we got a fact and a fiction here. We got quite a few facts in chat. A couple more facts. It is a fact. Hippos can't swim. Hippos do have big bones, so big and dense in fact that they're barely buoyant at all. They don't swim, instead of perform a slow motion gallop on the riverbed or on the seafloor. In fact, hippos can even sleep underwater thanks to a built-in reflex that allows them to bob up and take a breath and sink down without waking.
Interesting.
Whoa.
That's super
That's so
interesting.
evolved, dude. Dude, are like hippos like just beasts or what? Do they eat people?
Dude, and they can run like 45 miles an hour or some shit.
Like
Yeah,
they're like
there's
just absolute
I think
tanks
they're
in
even
every
I
way.
think they're even fast in water too. Crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're that powerful, the reason why it's hard for like a lot of things to run in the water is because like humans included, is because like we're just not strong enough. If you're like so strong that you can just fucking hammer through shit, ugh, that's fucking crazy though. Dude, they can fucking sleep and go up without waking.
Damn, LJ, he says that's why my ex-wife never got in the pool. That's messed up. Anywho, back to you, Sean, I think, for another one.
Yep. All right. Astronauts don't snore in space.
I would say fact.
I would say fact too, because like
There's no
the reason why
gravity or
people might
anything
snore
putting
is gravity.
tension
Yeah,
on their vocal cords or on their, their
there's
airway.
yeah, I agree. I agree because of that.
Yeah, so anybody that has sleep apnea, just sleep in space.
Yeah, get in one of those chambers.
Yeah,
You can get
exactly.
them.
A hyperbolic chamber and just
Yeah,
sleep in that.
it's chill.
Well, hopefully, if they're in space, they're in a chamber lock, LJ. Otherwise, they wouldn't have any air. And if Ender says fact, no snoring in space, that means it's a fact. Because I feel like Ender might somehow be able to build a rocket ship to space. So I'm sure he knows a lot about it.
I mean, if there's anybody who clearly can challenge and even best my amount of useless knowledge, it's definitely Ender's.
Can I hear one more time?
Ain't no snoring in space.
Yes, I'm sticking to it. Definitely, that is true. That's fact.
And yep, it is totally a fact. And for exactly what we have already established, the lack of gravity reduces the tension on all those muscles, and so you can't snore when those muscles lose that level of tension.
Crazy.
You want to hit us with another group of animals or something?
No. I'm switching it up for the last one because I'm assuming this will probably be like the last round, right? Um, okay. Sour Patch Kids were originally called Marsmen.
Fact.
I feel like this might be one of those things where there's probably like a lawsuit by the Mars Candy Company and said, "Hey, we're Mars. You can't call your candy Marsmen because this that," or I don't know.
Because we're Mars.
Yeah, because we're Mars, and we're Marsmen. Um, sure, fact. Why not? Fact.
All right, so we got two facts.
I mean, just look at them. I could totally see them being designed to be a little man from Mars.
We got facts. Cerny said fiction. How about G Money's like, I need an animal question.
Got a fact. I'll go fact. I have no idea about candies. Can't answer here. Aha! Ha!
Ah,
Stumped ya!
you found a subject matter.
Final
and there's
Jeopardy
Who's-
will ruin you.
Who's Mr. Know-It-All now? Huh? Huh?
Okay, I think that we've given enough time.
Yeah.
It is actually a fact. It says initially dubbed Marsmen, these Canadian creations were inspired by the growing fascination with UFOs in the 70s. However, when they made their way to the US in 1985, the name was changed to Sour Patch Kids to reflect a more timely American obsession, Cabbage Patch Kids.
Clever.
So, by the way, that's fire candy. You guys are welcome.
Yeah. I almost bought a bag of the big kids today. I think I'm going to go back and get some tomorrow. I haven't had Sour Patch Kids in a while. All right, here you guys. Ready for this? Probably be the last one. Lego bricks. Hold on. Whoa.
Yeah.
Start over. Lego bricks withstand compression better than concrete.
Okay, I'm gonna say that people want to say yes because that's like a forever thing that people can relate to. It's like, yeah, man, I fucking walked across, I stepped on a Lego. But because of the dimensions and like maybe the structure of them, I could almost see it. But I feel like even that small of a piece of concrete would hurt if you stepped on it as well. I don't know, fuck. I'm gonna say fiction.
I'm thinking about how they have done some crazy shit with Lego bricks, right?
But have they driven cars on it, Sean?
They built
Maybe.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like they've literally made full working Lego cars that
Yeah, but you can
actually
make a
move.
concrete one, but it's just gonna be heavy, like
So-
crazy heavy.
But what I'm saying is that they've made Lego cars that can move. The Legos that are in contact with the ground are withstanding the majority of the force of the weight of that creation as it bears down on it. And I think about some of the like huge buildings, like skyscraper type things people have done to build with Legos. And again, the weight of all of that construction is bearing down on those bottom layers. I'm kind of inclined to believe it. So
I'm not saying that that's a
Yeah.
horrible thought.
I'm gonna go with fact on it.
All right, so
It's
you
got that compression value.
Fact from Sean. Fiction from you, Chris?
Yeah.
Fiction from you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mostly facts from chat. It is a fact. An ordinary plastic Lego brick is able to support the weight of 375,000 other bricks before it falls. This theoretically would let you build a tower near 3.8 kilometers in height. Scale this up to house-sized bricks, however, and that would cost far too much. But yeah, if you literally built a tower out of like a Lego brick style brick, just the way that it's structured, it would be able to support like way over what a normal brick could.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy.
Apparently that's what this is saying from Science
Oh.
Focus, the BBC.
It kind of makes sense, right? Because like when you think about the underside of a Lego brick and the way that like the
it
little
supports it all throughout the brick. It's
Yeah.
not just on like one certain point. Like
You-
it's
yeah.
consistent. And then when you lock them together, it even spreads it out further.
Exactly. You're spreading that load so
Have you
evenly
seen
across
some of
the
these
area.
homes that they're starting to actually do that sort of building style to where
I
like the
have.
bricks are like interlocking almost like Lego? It's pretty crazy.
And the cool shit too is that with these kind of things, you can mass produce homes quickly and affordably, which is
Well, dude,
amazing.
think about this too. You see those the houses that they like 3D print or whatever nowadays?
Yes.
Think about that. You just like have a big fucking 3D printer that prints out these fucking bricks and whatever layout that you need based off of whatever fucking build you need. Transport those bricks to the build site and then just literally follow your fucking blueprint and fucking
Well,
putting
the
them
the thing
together.
I've seen is almost that automated, except it was a bricklaying machine where like they had a worker loading it and a worker pushing it, and it was like it just put them down and all together.
Dude,
And all they had to do was just walk the perimeter.
That one video where the guy he like lays all the bricks like slightly on each other,
And
and
just-
then all of a sudden he fucking taps it on the other end, and they all just fucking slide and fucking fit
Yes.
perfectly into place on the top of this retaining wall. Awesome.
So satisfying.
Anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up tonight's episode, ladies and gentlemen. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Good round of fact or fiction. Good just general chat at the beginning of the show. It was good to hang out with you guys on this Friday evening. Hopefully you guys enjoy your weekend. Good to see some new faces, some familiar faces, as well as some that we haven't seen in a while, aka you, Ender. Good to see you, buddy. Other than that, I think it's time for us to do our normal wrap up and that sort of thing. So Chris, over to you.
Thanks, James. Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate everyone. Of course, you can check out shedtimepodcast.com. You can check out our podcast, which is the three of us with just a little, less censorship, if you will. So come check that out. And honestly, I'm gonna just keep it super short this week. So come back next Friday, same time. And we'll see you then. Catch you on the next one. Sean, take it away.
All right. Well, shout out to everybody who shows up in chat. Shout out to all of you who checked the replay. We love you all. Shedhead Nation, it's the best. ShedTimePodcast.com if you want to check out the Shed Time Podcast. See you next week. Don't let the best get you down. Be cool, don't be a dick. And whatever that you do, try and have some fun.
And as always, it's time for some wise words of wisdom, food for thought for you guys to think about from a main man. And today, Confucius say, man who tell too many light bulb jokes soon burn out. Pretty true, and I'm kind of starting to feel like that with these one-liner Confucius says. I might need to find a new website or some new sources here. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It was a great time hanging out with you guys. Check out the podcast if you haven't. Go check out the Friday Fallout after this. Like Aaron said, 10 p.m. Eastern, which would be 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central. Go over there, go check it out. Good time over there with those dudes. Other than that, I think it's time for us to wrap this thing up. And as we always do, sending out all of those positive vibes. Chris by fives, don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads. Bye-bye.